Hello everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that have viewed for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. This appears to be something that is trying to trend now. Another guy from Delta State said to marry two women on the same day. That is the guy you can see there. These are Kome, Maro, Akpovi. They are the ones getting married 15th of August 2021. That's next week. And this is actually their invitation card. And this marriage is going to hold at the late Ekpe Hitler's compound opposite Ugala filling station, Lagos Ibidi, Isoko South local government area of Delta State, Nigeria. However, it's like guys are now trying to decide that they would want to pick more than one wife. A week ago, it was another guy who picked four ladies and he wedded them the same day. They all had their white wedding on the same day to one man. You will be asking this question: is it like ladies are now taking pleasure in having their husband marry another woman alongside with them on the same day? Because usually it's seen that the wedding is a special day for the women, and the women take it to so much high esteem that they want to do everything to make it their best day where they would appear and glamour and shine. But now it's like they are not bothered about that anymore. All they want is, so long as they are married to a man and they're bearing his name, moving to the house, they are satisfied. So what has made all of this change gradually? Some people are now saying that men are scarce. And so if a woman see a man who is willing to marry her, even if she's not going to be the only one, she don't mind. She's okay so long as she is identified as a married woman, as Mrs., no more Miss anymore. So long as the title has changed, that has completed her joy. The other question is, are they always compatible? Because they would appear and give you this smiley face, the excitement on their wedding day, on their invitation cards, making it look like it's one very easy affair to carry on, it's one very easy life to move, which you all know that in most cases, very few people will come out and tell you that being married to a man who is married to another woman in the same house is easy. Very few will use that word, it's not difficult. But majority will tell you that they just have to wear a coat of ignorance, a coat of endurance, that otherwise they can't survive it. And so many women have come out to let you know how difficult it is to share your husband with another woman and making it worse in the same house. Because you know that the man can't even satisfy all of them at the same time. This one may need his attention. At the same time, the other person is needing his attention. All he will do is to spare them some minutes or some hours and to ensure that everybody would get his attention at different times. But for the men to start with, is this one thing that is like an easy thing to get into? Some men that have one are even complaining. They are even tired of staying with just that one, and like it's a whole lot of trouble for them. Then picking two at the same time, marrying them on the same day, is it going to be much easier than picking just one wife? Because someone said it's better he struggle with the one baggage of problem he has than to compound problems for him. That means he won't be able to live longer than his time. Some people will say, I don't want my life to be cut short by taking more than one woman, that it's too many drama involved. That's what some men are saying. And some are saying that some men would not want to just stick to one woman alone. So to avoid them having to go and cheat, He knows he has two other women in the house. Today he's looking at this face, tomorrow he's looking at the other face, or the next minute he's looking at the other face. It's like a change for him and he's okay with it. But then when kids come into play, that is another ball game entirely. You will find out that the problem becomes even worse because this woman wants her own kids to have the best or to have all the attention. This other woman will want the same for her kids. And definitely it can never be equal. You will definitely get one person receiving more attention on her kids than the other person. And how do you expect these women to feel they are human beings? Then when you see things like this, you'll be wondering if these women are just pretending to be okay in a marriage like this, or are they just pushing everything aside and whatever comes their way, they are ready to shoulder it up. Probably, who knows, that could be the reason why they are getting into marriages where the man is picking another woman and they're all together. But in the real sense, no woman would want to share her own husband with another woman. No woman would even want to share her own fiance or boyfriend with another woman. Not to talk of the man that you'll be living with for the rest of your life. You are seeing another woman in that same house with you and the husband. It has never gone down well for most of the ladies. Imagine that a lady, once she just finds out that her boyfriend or her fiance is with another lady, hell will always let loose. She would not be at rest until she gets to the root of that matter, until she ensures that that lady stays away from her husband, even or her boyfriend or her fiance. Even women that are married, once they hear that their husband is having an affair or is keeping another woman aside them, the woman would make sure that she gets to the last of that woman and ensure that she cuts every connection between that woman and her husband. Then you would say, in a home where they are both together living as a couple, how does it end up for them? Is it smooth ride? Is it a ride that is very rough and they wish they never got into it? Some women will say, rather than remaining single for the rest of their lives, they would rather be with a man, even if he's married to 10 wives, they don't care, so long as they are identified as a married woman or they are now bearing another man's name, they are okay with it. Well, you would not blame some people. In some situations, some ladies have gotten to a point in life where it's like there is no way out. So whatever option comes, they will just dive into it. Sometimes when you look at such issues like that, you'll be like, well, it's an individual decision. However, anybody has decided that that's how he wants to spend her life or his life, it's up to them. They who wear the coat know where to put their hands. And I'm sure they must have told themselves that they are ready for anything. In this kind of a marriage, the drama will be just too much. Some men say if you find out men that are married to more than one wife, some of them age very fast because of the too many dramas, too many complaints, that and that coming up every day. Sometimes they say some of these men don't even come back home. They'll just have to sleep outside and take a breather, then come back in the morning when they will know they get ready for work or for the business of the day, and then they move out. So they're having little or no time to spend so much with the women to avoid getting in between all their dramas. It's really difficult though being in a polygamous home, especially for people that have grown up there, kids that have grown up from a polygamous home. They would always tell you that a whole lot happens when you come in that kind of a family. And these are things that you can't stop. All you do is to tell yourself to avoid problems in that kind of a home if you find yourself there. You find out that even the step siblings, most times they are at loggerheads. Not to talk of both mothers. And then at the end of the day, the father is in between both of them. And he want to tell each of them that I love you equally, but it's never possible that the man would love both of them equally. In all of those polygamous marriages, the man would always have the one he prefers. He would always have the one that he would love more than the other. That's why you see some of the governors or head of state ministers, those that have more than one wife, they can't be moving around with all their wives. They would pick just one, and that will be the favorite they are going to pick. They won't just pick maybe the senior wife and feel okay, she's the senior, let us go together. No, go and search and you'll find out that the ones they are even picking is either the third wife or the last wife, or the wife that was not even married for a long time. Maybe he just married her and then that would now be his political partner. He will be going out with only that one. Then what happens to the rest? They are just back home. So these are things that I know they would always make up their minds to endure, because they made up their minds that they want to be in a home where the man has more than one wife and they don't care. So whatever come along with it, they are always ready to take it on them. Except for some, you find out that some of them in the end will start plotting against the other wife or against the other kids. In fact, just too many things happening at the same time in a polygamous home. Well, for them, I'm sure this man must have prepared himself. Definitely, he can't say he doesn't know what it entails to take more than one wife. And the ladies too, they must have prepared their minds, knowing that it's not going to be bed of roses all the time. These are women. When just only women in a house or in a room can't even stay with each other. Not to talk of the fact that these same women will now be sharing the same man. So come to think of the kind of drama that will be happening all the time. It only takes someone who would not want to tell himself or herself the truth and say a polygamous home is a smooth ride. We all know that it's not a smooth ride, except for families that have just made up their minds. No matter what happens, they will try as much as they can to live in peace. But majority, it's a different ball game entirely. Well, who knows? Maybe this is now going to be the new trend these days, that men should pick more than one wife. Then how do the parents of these families accept things like this? You'll be like, is it that they are just out to ensure that their daughters are happy? Probably they just want to let their daughter make their choice, and whatever their daughters have actually chosen, they will be there to support them, which is always good for a parent to support, which is always good for parents to support their kids. It helps them to forge ahead very well. In situations where they don't have support of their parents, you find out that most times things fall apart gradually, but you wouldn't know. We'll get to see and know if more of these marriages should be happening, because this, like the second guy from Isoko that is actually marrying two ladies on the same day, or is it now part of the culture or the tradition? Well, like I said, we'll get to know as it unfolds more. Friends, what do you all think about that? Guys out there, is this something that guys are trying to trend into? Is it something that guys are opening up their arms to welcome and to go ahead with? And also for the ladies out there too, are you okay with your husband picking another woman alongside with you, getting married on the same day? And are you okay with your husband being with another woman and with you at the same time in the same house? All of you living together as husband and wife. And how do you feel when you see another woman with your husband, knowing that she is also his wife and you are also his wife, and then you need his attention, but he's over there? How would you feel in this situation? Is it something that you're also willing to welcome if it comes your way, that you can go in with a man that is willing to marry more than one wife? You know, in the case where it's a culture, in some parts of Africa, it's a culture where the man is permitted to marry more than one wife. Some would say it's four, limited to four. Some would say as many as you want to. That aspect or those culture, you would know that it is already part of their lifestyle. So for the women in those area, you know that they have already prepared their minds. It's not like they are being forced into it, neither is it like a strange thing to them. And it won't be difficult for them because this is a lifestyle for them. Something that is a lifestyle for you becomes a habit, and it's easy for you to adapt when something is part of your life. But something that is not part of your lifestyle, it's not a culture to your own part of the state or country where you come from, it will be very difficult for you to flow along with what is happening. It will only take time. That is why you find out that such homes, it's difficult for them to always be in peace, because having to stand another woman with your own husband, whom you know that she is also his wife and you are there as his wife, it takes time to blend into that kind of a lifestyle. It's really difficult because jealousy will come in, envy will come in, a lot of things will come in. And it only depends on how they would end up resolving it for it to end up in peace. Otherwise, it mostly end up in chaos. Friends, please, if you have anything to say, you could put that down at the comment section. Would love to hear your own opinion regarding this particular marriage. But at the same time, you can see that this couple, they're all looking excited and waiting for to actually pop in for them to say I do to each other. At the same vein, we wish Kome, Maro, Akpov a happy married life and congratulations in advance. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button, also the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.